Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Khalid Masood Kareem. In this weekly video tutorial, I will share technical aspects of top volume leaders of the Karachi Stock Exchange. The purpose of this video is only for showing technical aspects and techniques. It is not a recommendation to buy or sell. The Karachi Stock Exchange 100 Index closed at 40,071 level on October 2, 2020. The weekly closing is below the weekly pivot level of 40,871 level. The weekly resistance and support levels are at 42,088 and 38,461 respectively. Technically, the Robo Power Indicator had a negative crossover since last 2 weeks. The Robo Power Indicator is a trending, custom indicator, created by myself. It is a 4-line indicator. Red colored line represents the bears, blue colored line represents the bulls, black colored line is the signal line, and the static horizontal, gray colored line, shows the intensity of the trend. Crossover of the red and blue colored lines, show the beginning of the bear or bull trend without any confusion. The Robo Power Indicator can be applied to any market and any time frame. This indicator has proven its effectiveness in the recent past bull market and clearly showed the exit level and time. The HASCOL has closed at 17.37 level on October 2, 2020. The closing is above the weekly pivot level of 19.79. The weekly resistance and support levels are at 20.00 and 15.35 respectively. Technically, the stock is in bear trend, as the red colored line of the Robo Power Indicator had moved above its signal line 2 weeks ago. Currently, the red colored line of the indicator is conjuncting the horizontal gray colored line. If the red colored line rises above the gray colored line, expect a substantial price decline during current week. The reason will be that red colored line, representing the bears, will gain strength due to intensification of the ongoing trend. The Unity Foods has closed at 15.96 level on October 2, 2020. The closing is below the weekly pivot level of 16.60. The weekly resistance and support levels are at 18.20 and 14.10 respectively. Technically, classic top reversal candle pattern, plus, the bearish signal generated by the Robo Power Indicator is shown the strong bearish grip. Bulls will be in more trouble if the red colored line crosses above the declining blue colored line of the indicator. The TRG has closed at 46.65 level on October 2, 2020. The closing is below the weekly pivot level of 50.60. The weekly resistance and support levels are at 52.44 and 42.64 respectively. Technically, the stock is in declining trend. The PIBTL closed at 11.92 level on October 2, 2020. The closing is below the weekly pivot level of 12.60. The weekly resistance and support levels are at 13.42 and 10.95 respectively. Technically, the Robo Power Indicator generated a bear signal on last Thursday. The Maple Leaf Cement closed at 36.20 level on October 2, 2020. The closing is below the weekly pivot level of 37.02. The weekly resistance and support levels are at 38.80 and 32.06 respectively. Technically, sideways behavior is expected, because the black colored signal line of the Robo Power Indicator is flat. Hope you have enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe to my YouTube channel.